Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Rebecca, I'm honored. You said you're putting dinner on hold. You'd rather watch Lauren. I'm so flattered. Thank you. Thank you. Someone else suggested I should do pineapple juice before recording with that little cough. I have tried that. I have been told that. So hopefully things go okay. Good evening from Eagle, Idaho. Stephanie says hello from Arizona. Hello, Angry Seth, all you wonderful gems. Yes, and Teresa, you're right. Today was all about the wiretaps, and we're gonna get to it. I've got, our head of HR right here, Lily. She's behaving, so we're gonna leave it that way. She's actually often here, except for when she gets antsy. And I am leaning back today more than usual. I've got a blanket on my lap, and we're gonna take today easy, day 5. So, thanks everyone for being with me here, and let your friends know if they appreciate these recaps because this trial, man, I thought the Daybell case didn't end. The Adelson case is something else. And I want to explain that as we've been covering the Donna Adelson trial, I know that it can be tough to put all of these puzzle pieces together. So I do want to do a little recap really quickly because each witness gives bits of information that don't always make sense on their own. But as the trial has gone on, the bigger picture of what the state is trying to show has become more clear. And great example, take Robert Adelson's testimony. He told the jury that Donna specifically told him that their father, Harvey, didn't want any gifts for his birthday that year, only to then have his children and grandchildren together. At first, that detail seemed random, right? But now we see why it mattered. The state has shown that Donna, Charlie, and Wendy were consistently talking about a birthday present for Harvey. Robert said the siblings usually all chipped in on gifts, but Donna told him not this year. So if there wasn't supposed to be a gift, why were Donna, Charlie, and Wendy discussing one? Prosecutors now say that the so-called gift was actually code for the murder itself. And that's why Donna later sent the delete this text after discussing the gift, and why Charlie told her he was, quote, still working on it. We also heard in Donna's own words after she received the bump flyer demanding $5,000 for Louise. She told Charlie, quote, this TV is about 5. The state argues that referring to the demand as the TV ties back to Wendy's Geek Squad TV repair, an alibi that the Adelsons set up for her on the day of the murder. We also have learned more about how the state believes Wendy herself may have been involved. For example, instead of breaking things off cleanly with her boyfriend Jeff, she told him she needed a week to think. That kept him in her life right up until the murder. Prosecutors say she had details of his travel schedule, even though she had no plans to see him, so she knew exactly when he'd be driving near Dan's house. Combine that with the fact that Sigfredo and Luis rented cars similar to Jeff's, and it looks like they may have been prepared to use him as a fall guy, frame him, essentially. On top of that, Wendy also argued with Dan about their son's pickup time the day of the murder and made sure to know his travel schedule. Details she could pass along to the group to confirm Dan would be in town for the hit and their children would still be in school. Then there's the cell and mapping data. Yesterday, we saw how Wendy drove down Trescott Drive, Dan Street, claiming she was just heading to a liquor store before meeting friends for lunch. But the data showed there were 3 liquor stores much closer to her starting point. Going down Trescott was out of the way. The implication? She was checking to see that the hit had gone through. And when she saw police tape on her ex-husband's street, she didn't even call to check if Dan and the kids were okay. So that's the broader context. I just wanted to lay all of that out. And with that, let's move into what we saw today. Much of it was repetitive from yesterday, long stretches of listening to grainy undercover recordings and wiretap phone calls, but each piece continues to build on the state's theory. And you can come here for a recap that avoids the repeat and gets to the meat and potatoes and fill you in on everything you need to know. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting notifications and liking this video as we continue to follow this trial. And let your friends know that we do these recaps. Day 5. Day 5 opened with some tension in the courtroom. Before the jury was even brought in, the defense raised an evidence dispute. They argued that the prosecution had committed a discovery violation by introducing the FBI's enhanced audio from the Monty's restaurant meeting only yesterday, after the trial was already underway. That enhanced version had been played through FBI expert Cleveland, and the defense claimed they had never received it in discovery. Judge Everett listened to both sides. The state countered that the original audio recording had been turned over long ago and that the enhancement was simply a clearer version of what was already available. After considering, Judge Everett ruled that the defense would be allowed to decide which version, original or enhanced, would go into evidence to make sure the defense had time to properly review it with Donna. He decided that he would dismiss the jury early for lunch, giving them the afternoon to catch up. And the question here is always whether late disclosure prejudices the defense. If extra time to review fixes the issue, the evidence is usually allowed in. But even with the judge's ruling, Donna's attorneys may still use this as a potential appellate issue down the road if the trial results in a conviction. After that, the jury was brought back in and the state picked up where it left off with the wiretaps. FBI Special Agent Patrick Sanford returned to the stand to guide jurors through the intercepted calls. Each juror was handed a set of headphones so they could clearly hear the recordings, many of which capture the Adelsons speaking in coded language. In one call between Donna and Charlie, the two talk about Wendy's job and career choices. Donna pushes Charlie to step in and help manage his sister's decisions. On its face, it sounds like a mother meddling in her adult child's life, a just super controlling mother. But prosecutors are using this to show a larger pattern. Donna inserting herself not just in family matters, but in the conspiracy itself. Take a listen.
I don't know if I told you this. I got Wendy to accept that job with Walter.
With who?
She told me she was going to accept, like after I got done on the walk with her, she said she was going to accept that job. She was thinking about not taking it.
I think this is not what she wants, but it's only about.
But I said, Wendy, because first of all, there's no time frame on it. And if you change your mind, you change your mind. So, but you'll pick up skills you don't have.
Right.
And basically, now's not the time to just chill and be a guidance counselor in Miami. Like, you're way overqualified.
But she can't get hired. She can't get hired anyway. There's like nothing there.
No, they offered her a job at UM. The dean called her up at UM.
Oh, she didn't tell me that.
Yeah, but it would have been basically like as a.
She's not qualified to be a guidance counselor.
Not a guidance counselor, an advisor or whatever it was. Like, she's like, no, it's basically it would have been brainless work for her. She said the way she said it. She said even the dean called her up to ask her to take the job. But the thing is, I'm like, Wendy, you have to get as much skill as you can now. If this is a skill you just got done telling me you don't really know how to do, now's the time to go learn that skill, not later.
Right.
Like, you need to learn it. So at least you can learn it and say you don't like it. You can learn it. You can make a bunch of money. That's the whole thing, is that she can, I'm like, Wendy, and then you might as well do it to see if you even like it. She's like, well, it's not really what I like.
But she's never done it.
Right, but you've never done it. So you really don't know until it's like dentistry. Until you practice dentistry, you don't really know what it's like.
Exactly.
So I got her to do that. And then the other thing I was going to tell you is she asked me if Dave could come to the house for Mother's Day.
Oh, she asked you.
Yeah, if I would mind. And I said, of course I mind. Don't bring him. I told her, I said, yeah, bring him. She texted me the other day. And I said, yeah, bring him, the more the merrier.
Why not? It's fun.
Yeah, I don't care.
Listen, I wouldn't care if you take the kids and her and Dave out of the boat. for an hour.
Oh, yeah,
And I
yeah,
pay
yeah.
by the school, just to help, so
Whatever
that's
we
it.
do. But, yeah, no, I told her, of course, Brenda, I mean, I'm sure you'd rather her go spend the day with him than you anyway.
The surveillance videos add another layer as well. Cameras caught Donna meeting with Charlie at Monty's, a restaurant near the beach. The two spoke quietly, almost in whispers, before Charlie left to meet Catherine in a Lexus she bought from the Adelson family. The state argues the sequence lays out the structure of the plot. Donna at the center, Charlie acting as her direct link, and Catherine as the middleman connecting them to the men who carried out the murder. The wiretap evidence then shifted to another key surveillance moment, this time at a restaurant called Dolce Vita, where Charlie and Catherine were captured on FBI audio. The recording was far from clean. Far from clean. Espresso machines hissed, dishes clattered, and even the hum of the air conditioning bled into the track. But FBI experts later enhanced the audio, making it possible to hear the conversation buried beneath the noise. And according to the state, what emerged was coded talk about money and cover ups. Charlie and Catherine avoided using names, but they spoke in veiled terms, mentioning salary, blackmail, and even examples about rental cars. The state says these weren't random words. Salary, they argued, was shorthand for Sigfredo Garcia. And when the pair left Dolce Vita, Charlie called his mother. The FBI labeled this call F, and jurors were able to hear the recording while following along with transcripts provided by agents. Judge Everett paused to remind them that the audio itself is the actual evidence. The transcript is only a tool to help them keep up. Then came Call J, another wiretap the state highlighted for its coded language. The number 6570 came up repeatedly, 6570. And excuse me, 6570. I'm leaning back, so I'm not by the mute button, by the way. I usually sit up a little bit more, but forgive me. All right. Anyway, 6570 came up repeatedly, the last four digits of the undercover agent's phone number. And that same number had been handed to Donna on paper during the bump, spoken about between Charlie and Catherine at Dolce Vita and later passed along by Catherine and Sigfredo. This continues to show the conspiracy in motion, information moving from Donna to Charlie to Catherine and then finally to the hitmen. So after the Dolce Vita dinner, the FBI ramped up the pressure. Investigators mailed a letter directly to the Adelsons' condo. It was blunt and threatening, meant to shake the family into more conversation. The letter read, quote, "My phone is not ringing, so you don't care about Tato and what he did for you. He knows he is fucked, so will you help?" End quote. The message was designed to re-engage the co-conspirators to see whether Donna or Charlie would react, and in doing so, reveal themselves further. That same evening, the FBI captured call L1, logged at 8:26 p.m. Charlie phoned Catherine just hours after their dinner at Dolce Vita. In the state, they emphasized how quickly the circle of communication tightened in the wake of the undercover threats. The jury was then walked through a rapid series of wiretaps and meetings that unfolded in the days after the Dolce Vita meeting. And on April 25th, 2016, at 7:04 p.m., Charlie called Catherine. And what agents logged as call M, he told her, quote, "I just talked to my parents about my day," end quote. He then urged her to come meet him at a condo complex known as the Icon, and you can hear his urgency. Let's listen to that.
Standing up. No, I was talking to my parents about my day.
Oh, okay. Well, I
So
just
that,
like I have to just like jump out of my
yeah,
house, like you know,
where,
like worry about me in seconds. So
of course, but I'd rather, where are you now?
I'm on good thing.
All right, just do me this one favor, just come down here.
Okay, is everything okay?
Yeah, I just want you to come down here so I can see it. You're already in the car. It's on the icon is on the corner of Fifth and Alton. It's that big building where you, as soon as you're on Alton and you cross over Fifth on your right hand side.
Okay, can it be anywhere else like that?
I can get my car and start trying to find you, but then we gotta drive the car. I'd rather you just come over here.
I know, but that is like a part of me, like, it's stupid for me, it won't call me on it.
You're okay. I'll get my car in 5 minutes. I'll start heading this way and I'll get my car and then I'll meet you somewhere in like 15 minutes. I still need to talk to my parents for another 5 minutes and then I'm gonna leave them and then I'm gonna come to wherever you are.
It's hard to hear. I get it. But prosecutors say this was part of the family's immediate regrouping effort. Charlie taking whatever concerns were raised with his parents and pulling Catherine directly into the loop. Roughly 30 minutes later came call N, a follow-up after their condo meeting. Then at 8:59 p.m. that same night, the FBI captured call O, another late night call between the two. And by the next day, April 26th, the conversations grew more urgent. In call P, Charlie and Catherine spoke in hushed voices, using words like the problem. Prosecutors argue this was more coded talk. Of course it was. The problem being the undercover bump and the blackmail threat. However, even with all the surveillance the FBI had in place, not everything was caught. Jurors learned that Charlie and Catherine sometimes shifted their conversations to WhatsApp, arranging hidden meetings outside the FBI's view. Investigators admitted they didn't realize these chats were happening until later. And for the state, the very fact that these two went out of their way to hide communications proves a consciousness of guilt. Late that same night, the FBI captured another important exchange. At 10:48 p.m., Charlie picked up the phone and called his mother. This was logged as call M1. And on the wire, the two discussed small details: valet stands, back gates, movements around their condo. To the state, it wasn't idle chatter. This was more coded talk, logistics spoken in shorthand, and proof that Donna was engaged in the real-time planning that followed the bump. Take a listen.
Yeah, so instead of pulling into the gate, make a U-turn. So you're going like, so you can just come out of Clark on the side street there, Gallow Way right there.
I was shooting on the side gate, right? Not the main gate, but the side that faces like where it is.
Oh, you make that door, you mean that?
Yeah.
Is it there? Yeah, the door, it has an on the over.
Yeah, that metal gate on the side.
What you go there? Okay. So, okay. So when he comes home, everything's good. Charlie here is just, just going down to their love. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and so what you'll meet me by our car. You just call me and tell me that you're coming down before you come to. Oh yeah, Charlie, you want Charlie to drive me back? Okay. No, it doesn't matter. No, we drove. I'll let him drive me. Yeah, I'll go upstairs. He doesn't beat you up. We need the car keys. We'll take the car keys. We'll drive back. And, I'm going to that green one. Down the side, and then they'll drop her back to the other one, okay? So I'm gonna head downstairs now.
Just minutes later, Charlie made call N2, this time to June, his girlfriend at the time, and jurors had already heard June testify earlier in the trial on the call. Charlie apologized and told her she was, quote, sorting out a big deal. June explained from the witness stand that after the undercover bump, her routine with Charlie was shaken. He was distracted, edgy, and his behavior changed noticeably. Prosecutors used this moment to show how the FBI's undercover operation had rattled the Adelson circle, sending ripples even into Charlie's personal relationships. And by the next morning, April 26, 2016, at 9:48 a.m., the chain of communication was moving again. This time it began with the hitman. Sigfredo called Catherine, and from there, the links connected upward. Catherine to Charlie, Charlie to Donna. And for the state, this pattern was a conspiracy in action, the killers reaching out at the bottom, Donna Adelson at the top, and her son Charlie serving as the link that bound it all together. Jurors were then brought back to the moment of the bump itself when the undercover FBI agent approached Donna outside her condo. The agent handed her a flyer scrawled with a $5,000 demand, Luis Rivera's nickname, and veiled threats. But Donna didn't panic and she didn't call police. Instead, she went straight to the phone and called Charlie. No, not the police. She's just going to call her son Charlie. Prosecutors argue that calm, measured reaction was also consciousness of guilt. Charlie, in turn, reached out to Catherine, and then once Catherine heard about the bump, she texted Sigfredo. His reply came back quickly. It read, "Whatever is going on with you and your homie is your business. You guys work that shit out. Don't text me," end quote. The state highlighted this as Sigfredo tried to distance himself from the fallout, putting the responsibility back on Catherine and Charlie. Catherine didn't leave it there. In call T, she phoned Charlie, likely to relay Sigfredo's response. The next day, April 26th, the wires kept rolling. In call V, Charlie and Catherine discussed the undercover's number ending in 6570. And about an hour later, in call W, Catherine and Sigfredo spoke about the same number, though notably, no one had dialed it yet. Then came call Y. On that call, Sigfredo told Catherine that he had finally called the number. But when Catherine spoke to Charlie, she said she was the one who called. And when Charlie reported back to Donna, he told her Catherine had done it. It was being handled. The problem for the Adelsons? Phone records show that nobody ever actually called the number. The state is showing that this contradiction, the conspirators all insisting the call was made when it wasn't, reveals the layers of deception and cover up running through the family's response. And just days after the first bump, the FBI made another move. On the morning of April 28th, 2016 at 9:22 a.m., the undercover agent phoned the Adelson Institute dental office directly. He asked for Donna by name and left a callback number, 305 712 6570, that same number tied to the bump flyer. He told the receptionist, quote, "It's important. I need to hear what she thinks." And then the receptionist wrote down the message to give to Donna. Take a listen.
Good morning. Thank you for calling the Adelson's office. This is Erica. Can you help you?
Yes, good morning. May I speak to Mrs. Donna Adelson?
May I let her know who's calling?
Sammy?
Sammy from,
I met her last week, and I gave her some paperwork.
you met her last week and you gave her some paperwork regarding,
She knows what it's about. It's important paperwork.
oh, okay. And your name is Sammy?
Yes.
Do you have another phone number you can be reached?
My number is 305 712 6570.
Okay, so she's not available right now, but I can have her maybe give you a call back.
Okay, just tell her it's very important. I need to find out immediately what she thinks about the paperwork.
Okay. I certainly will.
I met her last week. Yes, thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Within 20 minutes, the wiretaps picked up call Z. Charlie on the line with his mother. Donna told him someone very important had just called asking for her. Charlie immediately recognized the number as the same one from the bump. Let's listen to a bit of that call.
Morning, Charlie.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, are you in an office or home or?
No, I'm driving to the office now. What's up?
Well, Erica called me this morning and because Dad is on the road to the office, so Erica called me and she said, I didn't normally bother you with this. She said, I don't know if it's Dad's call or what, but somebody called this morning and he said his name was Sammy and he gave you some very important papers last week and he hadn't heard from you. And he wants you to call him back and here's the number. So
Okay.
I, want to verify the number was the correct number that I told you about. So obviously I'm not going to call the number. Erica said, did you get the sales call? Just hit star 67 before you call the number and then they won't know the number you're calling from. I said, oh, okay, I'll write that down. What's your suggestion?
The odd thing is this, that that's the same number you gave me, right?
I don't know, because I gave you the number, I never kept it, you kept it.
Tell me what the number was.
305,
Right.
712, 6570.
6570.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's so much, the odd thing is that 712, 6570. Yeah, that's the same number.
Donna asked, quote, "What should I do?" Charlie reassured her, saying, quote, "Let me call somebody. Don't worry." Right after hanging up with Donna, Charlie tried calling Catherine. There was no answer and he didn't leave a voicemail. It was a missed connection, but the state argues it showed just how quickly Charlie moved to pull her into the loop whenever more pressure hit. The state then began to play Call AA, another wiretap in the sequence, but before jurors could hear the full exchange, Judge Everett broke for the lunch recess, pausing the day right in the middle of the undercover sting's second wave. After lunch, FBI agent Sanford returned to the stand. His testimony picked up with the continuation of Call AA and the wiretap sequence linking Donna, Charlie, and Catherine. Next, the undercover agent finally receives a callback. Charlie dials *67 to mask his number. Remember *67? Is that still a thing? Well, it was back then. Charlie dials *67 to mask his number and reaches the agent, posing as a gang member. The agent demands that Tuto and Katie be handled the same way that the family had handled things before, meaning financially. Charlie pretends not to understand, but immediately calls Catherine afterward. And take a listen to this.
Hello?
Hola, diga.
Hello? Diga, who is it?
Who's this?
Someone's been calling my family and trying to figure out who this is.
Well, in reference to what, man?
Someone by the name of Sammy call.
Yeah, that's me, man.
What's going on?
Well, what's going on is my brother's Taco. Okay, my brother's Taco has not been taken care of. His family's not been taken care of. I talked to Banker's Taco. Why are you calling me? Who are you? I gave the number to a lady.
I don't know the topic.
You don't know Taco? I'm not really know Katie and Tuco. They've been taken care of since the family's problem was taken care of up north.
I don't know who you are.
You don't? Well, this is going away, my friend, because let me tell you something. I was a driver for Taco, and he told me the whole story. He told me nobody was taking care of him, nobody was taking care of his family. The family was taking care of Katie and Tuco, and nothing was taking care of Taco. So we know what's going on. And Taco needs to be taken care of, do the right thing. The lady already heard the paperwork, she knows what I'm talking about. We know Katie, we know Tuco, we know they've been taken care of.
Let me look at it.
No more fucking around, man, no more fucking around. This ain't going away, you guys need to do the right thing for Taco. That's my brother, man. That's my brother, and he needs to be taken care of, his family needs to be taken care of, just like Katie and Tuco have been taken care of.
I've never met these people, but let me call you back, okay?
That's bullshit, man. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know this lady. I don't know your relationship with this lady, but we know what the fuck is going on. This ain't going that way. Take care of that, just like you take care of Katie and Tuco, man.
During the call, Charlie actually says Tuto on the wire, directly connecting himself to Sigfredo. This shows that the family understood exactly who the agent was talking about. Sigfredo hears about the Tuto conversation and even suggests calling the police, but still no one does. Catherine repeatedly calls him back, while feeding details to Charlie and keeping him involved. In Call, labeled JJ, Sigfredo and Katie mock the quote, funny people, referring to the undercover agent trying to make threats. They know the 6570 number, but treat it as more of a nuisance rather than a real threat. In Call, labeled KK, Sigfredo talks about the 6570 number, calling again. Katie insists that she'll answer it next time. The wiretaps captured everyone in the group discussing the same phone number, which indicates that they really were the ones involved. In Call, labeled LL, Charlie vents to Catherine. He says, quote, they keep saying Katie and some guy named Tuto, end quote. He sounds frustrated, which may have been a cover in case the lines were tapped to seem like he was unaware of what's going on. Sigfredo texted Katie, quote, I called the number 3 times, no answer. However, records later showed that he never actually called the number. Donna tells Charlie about the voicemail she received, noting it was in Spanish. She brushes it off as nonsense harassment, clearly trying to downplay how serious it really was. And during a long evening call, Charlie rants about the undercover agent saying to, quote, do the right thing in the message. He spins it, saying, quote, even if you're innocent, you just pay to make it go away. The state pointed to this as evidence that he understood that extortion was tied to Dan's murder. They also discuss hoping that the caller won't go and bother Wendy next. Take a listen. And to those asking about the volume, it will be fixed in our podcast, but we have to do these so quickly. It's always a little bit quieter. We're doing our best, but we're going to try to raise that gain and clean up the audio for our podcast. But take a listen to this.
Just hope they don't go and bother them.
Well, listen, if they do, I mean, listen, they bothered us enough. If they bother anymore, they're not far from just going to police. And when you go to police, too. I mean, and that's the other thing too, is like,
When I spoke to Dennis, he said, you know, we don't say anything because the last thing you want to do is aggravate Wendy.
well, I don't want to scare her.
I don't know.
I know. She was scared from day one. She's finally over being scared. And
She heard that she would be beside herself.
absolutely. And you know, the thing is this, Mom, is that everybody handles every situation differently. It's like somebody has a death in the family, and if they don't act devastated and everything else, well, does it mean that were responsible for it? No. I mean, everybody handles tragedy differently.
So that was interesting. What was Wendy so scared about? I'm sure she could say she was scared that whoever killed Dan was still out there. But to me, it sounded like Charlie was saying she was scared of what was going on behind the scenes. In the next call A1, Charlie continued to discuss the threat, referring to it as a bad Yelp review. That term, bad Yelp review, comes up again, clearly a coded reference to extortion. Next, an extended playback of Charlie's do the right thing call was played. Let's listen to a portion of that.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not, trust me, someone telling you to do the right thing, that's when someone's appealing to your sensitive, like, how, when someone's saying do the right thing, it's like saying, come on, help me out. People, I mean, if they are who they say they are, they don't appeal to your good nature and say, come on, help me out. They want to get dialogue going. And I told them, I'm like, we don't help anybody out that I know of. Because we're not helping anyone out, they're pretty much a loss of what these calls are about. And he was like, you don't know who any, they don't know who any of these people are? And he's like, I'm like, sorry. So, but, you know, the next thing will be, we'll see what happens a couple days from now. If I have to, I'll reach out again to this person and ask them, because I gotta say, I'm curious to know who from my family has this, whoever this guy is that he's saying he knows, spoke to. That's why I think it's also nonsense. Because
I don't believe in anybody.
Yeah, no, and because what I wanna know is, I mean, obviously we have cousins, we have close family friends, we have, I got a brother up in New York, but like, I wanted. Oh, no, I won't reach out unless they show up again, but, whether it's a letter or whatever, but the point is, somebody's being paid a lot of money to do a job, right? So, they're trying to investigate, how do you get the investigation going? You stir the pot of soup, and you see what comes up from the bottom. That's what we will talk.
After this, Judge Everett told jurors that court will end earlier than usual today. Agent Sanford then continued the presentation of wiretap and surveillance evidence. On April 29th, 2016, Charlie talks in a sweet tone with Catherine, even mentioning a birthday gift for Sigfredo and offering Catherine a Range Rover. He tells her he got Sigfredo a, quote, a very nice gift card. Catherine also calls Charlie her child's godfather, which shows that they were still close at the time. By May 4th, 2016, the undercover agent sends a blunt text to Donna at 2:09 a.m. It reads, quote, "So you don't take me serious? If you think what Katie's baby daddy did for you can't come back, you're fucking crazy. I want the money or I'm going after the 100K, end quote." The agent was threatening that if they don't pay the $5,000, he will alert police about what they know regarding Dan's murder to claim the reward. Donna starts to panic, sparking calls throughout the family and to Catherine. Donna eventually calls the undercover number herself, recording the conversation on her phone. And this clip is a little long, but still, take a listen. And I'm loving the chats you guys are sharing while we listen to these clips. Thank you for making my day after watching these long days of trial.
Well,
This is Mrs. Adelson. Is this,
Hello?
Sammy? Okay, my grandchildren had my phone before, so,
Donna Adelson?
I'm Mrs. Adelson. My-
Yes.
My grandchildren
Yes.
had my phone before, so that's, and I just saw that you called.
Oh, okay.
I was,
You left a message on my voicemail.
right, I did.
Yes.
This is my problem. You approached me on Alton Road. You handed me an article from the newspaper about my ex-son-in-law. You told me I need to call you and help your friend who is in prison. Now, at the time you did that, I didn't understand what you were talking about. I didn't call you back. Then you mail me a threatening letter. Then you send me a text message to my phone that says I'm not taking you seriously. So I am taking you seriously. And I really want you to listen to me.
I'm listening.
I have to tell you, I mean, this is important. I have been so stressed out. I have spoken to 10 or 12 people who are close friends of mine, telling them about this and basically picking their brains and asking them what I should do, because I don't know your friend who is in jail. You mentioned a name. I don't even know his name. I never spoke to him. I don't know what he looks like. I've never met him. I'm sorry your friend's in jail, but I don't know what that has to do with me.
You know exactly what it has to do with. You know exactly what. Listen to me carefully. Listen to me. You just got to listen to me.
You need to ask your friend who this person looks like, what their name is, something, because I know there's a big reward out there, and if you need money for your friends, that's the way to get it. I mean, I'm asking you nicely. I don't know who he is. I am out of the loop. It is not me. if I can help, I would help. I mean, that's what.
Just like I told you, listen to me, just like I told you that day, we know that your family had a problem up north. We know that problem was taken care of about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And we know that Katie has been taken care of and has been taken care of. Now my brother in jail, we were in Broward together. He told me the whole thing, and he hasn't been taken care of. You know. Now, all that's being asked for is $5K. That's all we're asking for is for $5K. And he told me everything, and I know everything. I know who's involved. I know everything, and I'll get the $100K for myself.
You know,
All I ask is to send the $5K. Everybody knows what's going on.
I don't, you know, you're saying everyone knows. I know I lost my ex-son-in-law. I did not have anything to do with it. That's why I said, ask him what.
That's what my brother Tato told me. He told me everything when we were in jail. He told me everything and who was involved. I know everything.
Well, I don't. That's the problem. I'm telling you, it's not me. It's not me. I have had a year of aggravation, a year and a half of aggravation over this. My daughter, my grandchildren. It is not me. And when I ask my friends, what do they think? They said, well, this person needs to get a description of you because of what you look like, or it's not me. I don't know who caused this. It wasn't me. I mean, I don't know.
I'll tell you, just like that day when I talked to you, this is not going away. This is not going to go away because Tato told me everything. He wasn't being taken care of. He needed the $5K. Send $5K. That's all we were asking for. If don't do that.
I don't know who Tato is. You don't understand.
We know you don't know who Tato is, but you know who Katie is. And you know the contacts Katie has. And she has, listen to me, let's stop fucking around. Let's stop fucking around. Okay? You know who Katie is. And you know that Katie has somebody that knows Tato. And they took care of a problem for you people. That's just the bottom line. The bottom line is you know who the fuck Katie is.
Look, I don't.
I'm no more than Mr. No, I'm not fucking around with you. You know who Katie is. You know that they took care of Katie and her people. Nobody's taking care of Tato. I know you don't know who Tato is.
No,
But we know who all of you are. And this ain't going away.
You know what?
So I can give you you send the $5K?
Here's what you need to do. You need to go and.
Don't tell me what to do. I know what to do and I'm doing it.
You're looking for money, get $100,000 or whatever whatever the reward is. It isn't me. You have got the wrong person. That's why I said, ask your friends.
You're Donna Adelson.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Well, I know. We know who's involved in all this.
Guys, I love your chat comments so much. I wish we could just all watch it together. So thank you for at least being here and debriefing with me every night. Seriously. So on the call, she says, quote, "It's not me. I didn't do anything. I don't know who you are." And then the undercover agent presses saying, quote, "Your family had a problem up north. We know it was taken care of. My brother told me everything." And then Donna continues to plead, saying, quote, "It wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about," end quote. The undercover agent doesn't relent. He says, quote, "We know Katie. We know Tuto. We know who took care of your problem up north. This isn't going away," end quote. Well, Donna continues to deflect, saying, quote, "Go to the police. Get the reward. It's not me." Well, Charlie reviews the recording from her phone with Donna. By May 7th, he's venting to Catherine using code words, expressing frustration, and even joking about pigs, which is slang for police. This shows that they now understood the bump more than likely involved law enforcement. Once the group figured out what was going on, the wiretapping effectively ended. Normal conversations continued, discussions about Wendy's love life, family matters, and day-to-day chit-chat. Next, agents served a subpoena at the Adelson Institute dental office for Catherine's employment records. A receptionist secretly called Charlie, which was captured on the wire. He told the receptionist, quote, "It's not my office, it's my dad's office. I don't have access." The last recording discussed was call L1, with Charlie calling Donna after he met Harvey at the restaurant, and their conversation captures them brushing off the undercover sting, saying they're, quote, "not done like that," end quote, trying to cast doubt on the legitimacy of the operation. Let's all listen to this together.
Yeah, yeah, and I have a couple of questions just for them. I can't shoot tomorrow.
Yeah, but it makes,
One of those cases.
makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. There's so much some questions and things that I think need to be, addressed, but, you know, we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'll talk to you. I mean, listen, there's no rush, I don't still work to one day.
Okay, sounds good.
It's not like that, but,
Yeah,
and what, I thought everything through again and again and again, and, I think I'm 100% right.
yeah. All right, I hope so. That would be,
Or 99% right, because none of it makes any sense.
yeah.
None of it makes any sense. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no,
Yeah.
it's not, I'm just telling you, it's not done like that. It's not. I know for a fact, it's not done like that at all. And they're approaching somebody who has nothing to do with anything, which is utility.
Yeah.
So, listen, my feeling is that, you know, you go to, I'll tell you my feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
It's utter nonsense. Like that's the best way I can describe it. It's utter nonsense, and I wouldn't pay any attention. No attention at all. It's not done like that. It's flat out. It's not done like that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I could say it on the phone without saying it, but it's not done in such a nice manner.
And with that, court ended for the day somewhat early. And tomorrow we should be picking back up finally with cross-examination of Agent Sanford. And honestly, thank you. After watching this, it feels like friends gathering. Yes, I prepare a recap and my notes and the sound bites, but gathering with all of you is like decompression. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And this is why I go live. For those, again, that want the volume better on all of the clips and want things more smoothly and running, I do edit these and post them on Spotify and Apple and anywhere that you get your podcast for a smoother listening experience. But I always do love coming to YouTube and doing these live recaps with all of you. So thank you. And thank you for making me giggle too. I don't know. Yeah, where Wendy's going to find so many navy dresses. And then I just want you to see this sweet little head of HR right here. This is how she usually behaves. Nobody ever knows she's here unless she gets antsy, and you can hear her snoring. There's Lily. Thank you, Debbie, for the reminder to hit smash and subscribe. And thank you to our moderators. Truly, you're all incredible. I don't thank all of you enough. You guys are all amazing, and you are such a team. So thank you. I really appreciate it. All right. Let's see what anyone else is saying. Let me see what I start here. Troublemaker Baker says, I didn't watch Charlie's trial. I had no idea he was this insufferable. Max knew, yes. Please put Lauren in the videos at the same volume, please. That will be taken care of for our podcast version of the recaps. Susie, thank you for the reminder to hit like and subscribe. And Joe Hancock, I agree. This family needs to watch more hidden true crime. They can know how things work. Anything. I mean, a basic anything could help them out. So I agree, Debbie. The state is doing a wonderful job. Lauren, I'm so glad you are a new Hidden Gem member, as well as Deborah. And yeah, this is going to be a great movie one day, this case, or as someone pointed out, a mini series, but it might not even be a mini. I think it could be a whole series, though. How many years has this been going? It's just shocking. It's still shocking to watch. And speaking of a mini series, it's not a mini series, but it is one of the longest backstories, or I think the longest backstory I ever did on this case. It is pinned in as a video right now in our YouTube, but I'll also pin it in comments and in the description of this video for episode for those that are curious about our entire backstory of this case, because man, it's wild. It's wild. And, people mentioned Dan Markel's parents and his father and, thinking of them. I can't imagine. I do hope that the Markels are able to see those boys soon more. And just, I hope that we see justice, continue to see justice for Dan Markel. So heartbreaking. I am honored, Bonnie. It's a strange thing to say, but it's a compliment that you get all of your bad news from me. Speaking of bad news, there was some terribly bad news, as many of us know, in the United States yesterday in Minneapolis. And John and I did record late last night a subscriber episode, Apple subscription, Patreon episode on the shooting in Minneapolis. And we did that. I haven't put it up on Patreon. So as soon as this ends, I will get to putting that episode that we recorded on Patreon. And it'll be on Apple subscriptions just a little bit later as well. So you can listen to that. And of course, we will be back here again tomorrow. So thanks, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, one other thing that's going on. I know that Mormon Stories, John DeLynn with Mormon Stories I haven't been able to listen to the whole thing. I actually just caught the end by accident. I got on my YouTube app and it jumped up that Mormon Stories was live with Olivia Christ and Lauren. I forgot her last name. I remember her first name very easily. They are the filmmakers, and Rachel was on there too. They are the filmmakers, some of them behind Shiny Happy People, that documentary that came out about the Duggars. And they are doing a documentary miniseries on the Jodi Hildebrandt Ruby Franke case. I haven't seen it. It's coming out September 1st. Looks like John DeLynn has seen it, and he had them on today in Mormon Stories to talk about that. So for those that follow the Ruby Franke case and Jodi Hildebrandt, that might be of interest as well. I know I plan to go back and watch the whole episode. So, oh, Debbie, you caught it today. It was a fantastic interview. Okay, great. And Best Nancy is asking if I am going to CrimeCon. I am. I will be the lady walking around with fly swatters and little pins for all of you. Fly swatters from Aunt Vicky from the Bloom and Bramble shop in Orem, Utah, as well as little pins. Thank you, Ozzy Tad, for sharing that. So, yeah. All right, everyone. All right, just keep reading your comments. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. I will see you tomorrow. And of course, we are continuing to follow the heartbreaking case in California of Emmanuel Haro. We had 2 updates on that yesterday. We did an earlier, more produced episode that I recommend everybody watching. And then I had a little bit of a later live update as well. So, all right. We'll see you, everyone. Bye-bye.